Hi everyone, my name's Marty. I teach computer lessons here at Wandana Community Centre. What I wanted to talk to you today about was password strength. Passwords are the bane of our existence these days. We need more than one. Now most people out there only use maybe one or two passwords for all the websites that they access on a regular basis. And we get told that we shouldn't do that. And what I wanted to do is just show you some of the mathematics behind it without boring you. But just to let you know that the reason they do ask us to create strong and complex sometimes passwords is because of the strength of the maths behind it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a typical ATM pin, which is usually 4 digits. When we use an ATM, we tend to only be able to use numbers. So in this digit, we can use any of these numbers from 0 to 9. So there's a total of 10 possible characters that can go in this digit. So say for example, I choose 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a very strong pin, but it is a pin and it's 4 digits long. The way we work out how strong that is we work out how many digits we have. So we have 4. And the possible combinations of characters that can go in each digit is 10. So the maths behind that is 4 to the power of 10. What that actually means is you multiply 4 by itself 10 times. And you'll get a number which is 10,000. So if someone gets your ATM card and they want to try and go and guess what your number is, your PIN, they need to try it at least 9,999 times before they hit the magic number. And as we probably know, if you do get your card stolen and someone tries to use it, after 2 attempts of putting the incorrect PIN in, the card is often swallowed by the machine and you can't use it. So that's fairly safe when you think about that number, 10,000. What happens on websites though is they generally ask us to use more than just numbers when we create our passwords. So for example, we have here the alphabet from A to Z in lowercase. There's a possible 26 characters in the English alphabet. So if we say to someone, you can now make a 4-digit password and you can use letters and numbers, you now have 36 possible characters you can use in each one of those digits. Okay? That becomes 1.2 million possibilities of someone guessing your password, which is pretty good. Then they'll introduce, and you've probably seen this before, please use capital or uppercase letters. And again, there's 26 of those. So we add those two together, 52, plus the numbers is 62. We now have 7.4 million possibilities for your 4-digit password. And the last thing that they often ask us to do these days is to make it stronger, include one of the symbols on the keyboard. Some of the symbols that you might be familiar with, $, hash sign, exclamation mark. There's actually approximately 32 symbols on a standard keyboard. So we now add 32 to the previous numbers, and we're now in this range, 392 trillion possibilities for a 4-digit password. Very difficult for someone to guess, extremely difficult for a computer program to generate all those combinations and crack your password. What actually happens is if there is a hacker, they're more likely to try and guess your password by using a brute force attack, which just means they get the computer program to go through the dictionary. There's about 60,000 words, and they hope that that's a word that you've used for your password. So what I want you to think about now is we talked about a 4-character password being 390 trillion. What about when you get a 6-character password, or which is very common, an 8-character password? You're starting to look at this sort of number. I'll get you to type that into Google and see what result you get. Thanks for watching. Hello again, I'm Marty from Wandana Community Centre. Just a little bit more information about passwords and some practical advice on how to make them stronger. On the left here we have actually real life bad passwords that have been collated. People use sequential letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, sequential numbers, the brand of the monitor that's in front of them, which is really silly, the word password, QWERTY, which are just the first few letters at the top left of the keyboard, or admin, which is very common for modems and routers. These passwords are bad because they're easily guessed, so we don't want to use those. But what I hear about a lot is people get very frustrated, and understandably, that they have to create these really complex passwords and remember them. So I'll just show you a way that you can actually make a bad password into a good password, and it's not that hard to do. And what we're going to do is use a combination of these different types of characters. So if I use the word password, I will start the word password with a capital P. The A, I'll use the @ symbol, which is used in emails. The two S's, I'll use numbers. A 5 looks like an S. I'll use a small case W. For the letter O, I'll actually use a 0. The R can be small, the D can be uppercase, and then the last type of character we want to use is a symbol, so I might just put an exclamation mark on it. In a minute you'll see a website where I will enter this and see the strength of the password as it's calculated mathematically, and then I'll change the password to this, and you'll realise how quickly the strength of your password can be changed. Thanks for listening.